We rely on volunteers and partners to help us make these opportunities a reality. When a program runs out of funding, we can no longer pay that person and the program begins to decline without consistent leadership. Hope Ignited addresses environmental challenges through positive economic development. Through this program, we have created a community garden, organized Powell Street cleanup, supported local missionaries, and so many more. Hope Mobile responds during emergencies and disasters to ease suffering and build relationships that will foster a positive plan for recovery. Another story I can quickly share is how after our hurricanes, some of our teachers came in and volunteered. They came in and set up a school in the community center for our elementary and middle school students. It provided a sense of normalcy for these kids, something they didn't have. They thrived in that environment. They were thankful. We fed them lunch. We sent them home with a food box for their family, and it gave their parents and their guardians an opportunity to try to get some ahead on their damage. I'm sure a lot of people in our area associate us with this part of our community involvement, but it's not all we do, as you can see. Hope Refuge provides a safe place for those serving and for those in need as they recover from a disaster or emergency. An example of that is when we serve as a warming center for those needing to get out of the freezing weather. We bring them in, we feed them, and we have an opportunity to visit with them and build relationships that help us foster positive impact into them. In the past 2 years, SC3 has logged thousands of volunteer hours, served over 13,000 meals, provided a temporary elementary and middle school, and more. All of this throughout the pandemic, hurricanes, and freeze. I'm sure we've all heard the old adage, it takes a village to raise a child. With that sentiment in mind, it takes a community of leaders to empower an impoverished neighborhood. In our city, we have a population of approximately 21,809 people. The people living in poverty are 14%. Population under 18 is 26%. Our unemployment rate is 7.6%. Households renting are 32%. Don't finish high school, 15%. And without a bachelor's degree is 83%. As SC3 continues to grow and empower the people of our community, our future is bright. As part of Hope Ignited's revitalization efforts, we have purchased the old bank on the corner of Highway 90 and Huntington. It will offer something for the children and youth in our community. Currently, a team comprised of members of our community are working to develop how exactly that's going to best serve them. The community center is also under construction to provide showers, laundry, extended dining, and drive-through distribution to our neighbors and friends. Our final and upcoming initiative is to create progressive community that builds upon the empowerment programs to bring it full circle and create positive, healthy, and independent community we all want for the people who live here. On that note, we're also, we have a wonderful person that has stepped up and is working to donate property to SC3 to begin this progressive community. We're very excited about that. So now that I've overwhelmed you with that information, I'd love for anyone to come by, visit our facilities. We'll be happy to give you a tour. It's not the same to tell you about it as it is to be there in person. Nick can attest to that. So does anybody have any questions? All right.
I have a question.
Yes.
How do we donate to SC3?
You can go to our website at sulphurccc.org. You can also come by. We have information that we can give you if you'd like to donate. And one of the things we greatly need is those partners and volunteers. Sometimes, funding is important, but people are valued a lot higher than that where we're at. So,
would it help to be a monthly donor to sign up to where a monthly contribution is made?
Yes, recurring donors are definitely really important for us. When we get one-time donors, we can't rely on that, so we don't know if those programs will stay in place. So we try to apply for grants, but that's limited as well, and there's no guarantees in those. It makes it difficult for us to plan a budget for the year, and plan those programs, especially for kids, to know that we're gonna have enough funding to supply those programs. So, definitely having something that we can depend on makes a big difference.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you partnered with United Way?
We do a few things with United Way, so yes, I would say that they are a partner for us. We do look to them for some services, so we pretty much will work with anyone in our area to bring services to our community. We are not prejudiced in any way against any type of organization, and we're thankful to have the support of many of our local churches of all religions, because we aren't a church. There is no competition there. We're just trying to provide a service to our community.
Thank you, Ms. Kramer. And I agree, if you haven't had an opportunity to view the facility or tour it, it's definitely a great opportunity to see what they do in the community by actually stopping by and seeing it.
Yes, and
Thank
really
you.
quickly, we have two of our micro businesses are on Huntington Street across from the Village Coffee House. Those are part of our job training program, so please go by and shop.
What's the name of those?
The first one is Lydia and Lavender. It is a women's boutique. The second one is Imagination Studios. It is a t-shirt print shop, and they do have a storefront, so you can go in and shop off the shelf as well, but they will take shirt orders, so please, by all means, go by there.
Thank you, Ms. Kramer.
Thanks.
The next item is item 4A, Byron Racca with Myer and Associates, update on Maplewood Drive.
Good evening. Byron Racca with Myer and Associates. Does everyone have a copy of the update? So basically wanted to come in this evening and take the opportunity to update y'all on the current construction activity schedule, as well as their anticipated upcoming phase construction schedules. So obviously, the general scope of work is to rehabilitate Maplewood Drive all the way from Post Oak to East Diane. And we call it East Diane because Diane has two interconnections with the west end and the east end. So they started off on the eastern end of the project limits, working from East Diane and going back to the west to just about Forest Lane. So they have recently poured about 100 to 200 feet short of Forest Lane, and today they started actively removing the pavement in Forest Lane, as well as just to the west of it. So the current project schedule, as shown on the exhibit that was provided, what they're gonna do is focus between Forest Lane and Beth and remove and replace that section over this month, and they hope to have that section reopened by the beginning of August. So that's going in, removing pavement, removing existing base, installing a new improved subgrade, new base course, new pavement. And they are gonna pour driveways and